have to see that video now.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Welcome to 100 Yards of Football this morning. We got our college football legend special. Today we're going to talk about Alex Karras, defensive tackle in the University of Iowa. So if you like the video this morning, please come in and share it. Joining me, he's a jack of all trades. One week I got him on doing college football. Another week I got him on highlighting NFL game previews. This week I got him on doing Alex Karras. Today our football legend. And he's Jaimes Timas coming out of North Hollywood, California. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. I'm Vincent Turner, 100 Yards Football. Mr. Jaimes Timas, tell us what was so special about Alex Karras.
Alex Karras, just saying the name, Alex Karras, one of the most unique personalities to ever play the game of football. You see this guy built like a horse, a man, beyond man. Like, this guy is a beast, but yet he has the personality, the characteristics, and the love of just an artistic, athletic human being. This guy is something special. Born July 15, 1935, Gary, Indiana. Went to the University of Iowa. But this guy, you talk about all the accolades he had. He played for the Detroit Lions, drafted, a four-time Pro Bowler with the Detroit Lions. It's just an amazing career. Like, you see him on game film. This is the guy. No one could block him. First of all, he made every play happen as far as the defensive tackle. Didn't let the team down. He was on the go, providing the strength of the defense for the Detroit Lions. This guy is something special, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer for the Detroit Lions. But I'm going to talk about after he retired in 1971 when he did acting, which acting for me is something that I love. And just seeing him on the screen for the first time, I'm like, this guy, I didn't know. Like, so he did the film, The Paper Line, which was about a guy that wanted to write Sports Illustrated, but he wanted to tell the side of a quarterback in the NFL. And it was a film that was something special, and they kind of put him on the forefront of film and TV and cinematography making. And I heard one day, like, he had a phone call from someone special from Hollywood, and he was like, okay, who is it? And no one told him, but he picked it up and talked. Lucille Ball, one of the most talented and comedic actresses to ever grace the film world, and calls him and she says, hey, I saw you on The Paper Line, and I thought that maybe you should give film, a TV, a chance, and I could probably help you. So he has Lucille helping him through this journey. He had a successful wrestling career, sportscasting, and now acting was coming into the picture. And you have Lucille backing you up. That's something special. And then not only did he played the role of Mongo in the cult classic Blazing Saddles. He had his character was so unique that throughout the years people loved this character from Mongo, and it's leading on that you could tell he played numerous roles and different characteristics, and he did one in Victor and Victoria where he played a flamboyant character, which you would just see a tough guy. Like, to see him do the range that he did was very impressive. So you could talk about all the accolades and what he did in football, but what he did in film was the most amazing thing. And then the show that really highlighted this whole thing was The Webster, the show where he played the father, him and his wife that had took in an orphan in Webster. And it was a story in a life about laughter and life. And through all these episodes that I watched, it's the most heartwarming and loving type of feeling that I watched. And I could see that how this guy became that kind of image and portrayal of not only his role, but in real life. So this guy is something special to talk about. Alex Karras is one of those defensive tackles and sportscaster personalities and an actor that you all should kind of look back and experience, even though He did have a little run with the gambling problem, but besides that, this guy is something special that you should be checking him out. So that's a little something about Alex Karras that they just highlighted me throughout the film, and the show Webster highlighted his personality and highlighted everything that he represented as a human being and as an actor.
When I think about Alex Karras, people that know me, I always say this thing about greatness. First of all, I want to say to the University of Iowa, in the 50s, the school was that school. Think about what we did last week with Calvin Jones. Then you had this young man, Alex Karras. Greatness was really in the water at the University of Iowa back in the 50s and 60s. And the Iowa fan base has been one of our best fan bases here on 100 Yards Football. I want to say, I bow down to y'all, man. Alex Karras followed Calvin Jones. And he said Calvin Jones taught him everything he needed to know on the football field. Well, I'm going to tell you about Alex Karras as a football player. In my lifetime, in 61 years, I can't remember right now, Jaimes, any player that finished second in the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, that's right.
He was running up to John David Crow in 1957. But it's like my business partner, Ronnie Keebler, says, how you determine greatness, you don't put it out there yourself. People will talk about you. Okay. He finished second in the Heisman in 57 for a defensive tackle. That's probably never going to be seen no more in my lifetime. But when he got to the NFL, the great Vince Lombardi said he was the greatest defensive tackle he's ever played and coached against. But what I think about Alex Karras, I think about him being a 8-time Pro Bowler. I believe he was 4-time All-Pro. The skill set, cat quick A+. The explosion A+. The acceleration off the line of scrimmage A+. The lateral movement A+. But like you said, it's what he did after the game. This guy was at his profession acting, man. But he went to the Monday night booth first. And there was a comment that sticks in my mind to this day. Otis Sistrunk, defensive tackle for the Oakland Raiders back in the day. And Alex Karras had this comment about Otis Sistrunk. He said, the guy reminds me of a football player coming out of the University of Mars. That's acting. Look at your face. You want to laugh, but that's acting at its highest level. Then go to Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks was in the movie, but Alex Karras stole the show. It's Mango. The campfire scene.
Yeah.
I don't have to say no more.
Or the horse scene.
Correct.
Come on.
And then Porky's 81. My senior year at the University of Arkansas. Sheriff Wallace. And then you talk about the work he did at Webster.
Yeah.
Think how serious that was. Him and his great wife, actress Susan Clark, who's still living.
Yeah.
It was at a time in the 80s. You didn't see no, white families adopting black kids. And they jumped that off in the 80s as being one of the best shows on ABC.
Yeah.
Now, I'm 61 and I might be crazy, Jaimes, but to have a show like that and win Emmys during that time on one of the 3 major networks, and it's hard to get there, and this guy played football at a high level, that's greatness.
Yeah.
He's one of the best that's ever done it, on the field, off the field. Alex Karras is my man. Your final words about Alex Karras.
When you talk about what Vince Lombardi said to him, I mean, that alone is something special. If you talk about Lucille Ball, and backing him up, that is something special. So what made that equal into what I'm going to say is that this guy is special. So just learning the history of Alex Karras, it was truly warming and touching for me to really learn more. So I'm grateful for this opportunity to see this and hear and read about Alex Karras.
My final words about Alex Karras, man. When you do research on people like this, man, you get excited. You think, oh, excuse me, I'm fixing my head, but you get excited because you're reading about greatness, determination, the honor to be the best at your profession. He did it in 2. In the National Football League, college football, and then in the level of acting. So when I think about Alex Karras, I think about the group out of Philadelphia, the 2 young men, Hall and Oates. They had a song called Man Eater. Take it back, take it back. I walk on the door and you start screaming. Come on, everybody. What are you here for? I'm a man eater. Excuse me. Let me go one more time as I turn my phone off. I'm sorry it's not professional, but I'm going to take it back one more time. Alex Karras. He was a man eater. Take it back, take it back. I walk in the door and you start screaming. Come on, everybody, what you here for? Alex Karras took it to a high level in football and acting.
Yeah.
And he was a special person. And in our video today, Jaimes, you don't have to hear but one person talk about him. That's the great Emmanuel Lewis. He said he was one of the greatest men he ever knew.
Wow.
If you like the video today, please come in and share it. We are 100 Yards Football. Vincent Turner, I'm your host. And joining me is the very talented Jaimes Timas, the best looking guy on social media doing this sports-wise. God bless and y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day.